Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to West Hartford High School Sports here on Channel 5 as presented by the Warchief Sports Council. We talked to you this afternoon from the Robinson Gymnasium here at Hall High School as we get set for girls volleyball senior night as the Hall Warriors take on the Conard Chieftains. Pete Lamoureux along with the coach, John Beignet. A couple of good teams. Good to have you, John. A couple of good teams here. Conard 12-7 coming in. Hall 11-8, and John, both teams on their way to the Class AA State Tournament.
Yeah, this is a great match for a couple different reasons. Obviously, it's a great rivalry for us and Hall, and they've both have done very well so far this season, and looking to stretch it on for the postseason. I'm looking very much forward to seeing how these guys are going to play each other tonight. And
one of the players we're looking forward to seeing from the Conard perspective, Feli Yegel, just a tremendous athlete.
She sure is. She's, I think, gained a lot of confidence. It happened about midway through our season, and she kind of had a little competition going with Nicole Abrahamson about who could block more and who was going to hit harder, and I think that really kind of turned her competitive juices on. So she's had a great go for us, and we're looking obviously for her to do big things tonight.
The unfortunate part, unfortunately, you mentioned Nicole Abrahamson. She's going to be out, injured, blowing out her knee, and boy, as a senior captain and one of the leaders on the squad, just very unfortunate for Carrie Roller's team.
Yeah, it's awful. I mean, there's nothing really good about that kind of thing happening. I mean, the only good thing is, someone else gets a chance, but poor Nicole has been such an important part of who we are as a volleyball team, and she's handled it with extreme grace. And I know she's working hard to rehab, and we just wish her the best.
Absolutely so. On the other side of things for Hall, Jim Holt in his 5th year as the head coach, 4 consecutive tournament appearances now with his team at 11-8, and they have a star player in their own right, and senior Jackie McConnell, who's just terrific.
Yeah, she's one of those kids like Nicole that really, does her job well, and gets the rest of the team to rally around her, picks them up emotionally and with her play as well. So, sometimes it comes down to whose key players do the best job early in matches like this, and it gives them a little momentum.
Oh, absolutely so. Now, this is the second matchup of the season between these two squads. Conard winning 3 straight games to win the opener. Carrie Roller said the passing was terrific. Could you elaborate on what you saw in that opening match?
Yeah, I agree. We were struggling with our passing to our setter, our first pass, and prior to that, and for some reason it just clicked. We were focused. Kate DeJocken, in my opinion, was one of the best, if not the best setter I've seen this year. She does a great job with passes. Anyway, but that day, Kate had a little bit more help from the rest of us to do their job.
So we'll see what happens here tonight in the rematch. John and I have broadcast each of the last 2 years, and we've had dandies, John. You talk about historical perspective. Last year it was Hall in the game that we broadcast, winning the first 2, dropping the next 2, and then taking the decisive game 5. The year before that, we were right here to see Conard drop the first 2 and come back and win it in 5. So you never know with these two squads.
You really never know. Our freshmen, we were talking earlier about the freshmen and how the emotional part of the game, or the emotions in the game, can really change the way the younger players play.
Sure.
And these guys are a little bit older and probably a lot more experienced, but the mystique around this game, it can sometimes creep into their psyche and mess with their game a little bit.
Very, very well said. As we're about ready for the introductions of the starting lineups, and we'll defer to the public address announcer.
Please respect this facility by cleaning up any past lunch in the gymnasium. For your convenience, there's a garbage can located by the doors nearest to the main entrance. Also, please turn off all cell phones and put them on vibrate. Thank you. And now, the starting lineups. For the Conard Chieftains, a senior, number 1, Sasha Winnick. A senior, number 21, Catherine Day. A junior, number 32, Ali Bouyak. A junior, number 33, and gentlemen, the Ward Chief Sports Council is the official music club of Hall and Conard athletics. The Ward Chief Sports Council would like to invite you to the 5th annual tailgate fundraiser to support athletics at Conard and Hall High Schools. The event will be held November 11th at the Town Hall from 6:30 to 10:30. It includes food, beverage, and a silent auction. The Ward Chief Sports Council honors the Coach of the Year for both Hall and Conard High Schools at the tailgate event. Please come and celebrate high school athletics in West Hartford. Join us November 11th from 6:30 to 10:30 at Town Hall for a great cause and a great event to celebrate high school athletics. All proceeds from the event go to support all athletics. For more information and to purchase your tickets, please visit www.wardchief.net. That's www.war.net.
Crowd is rising for our national anthem.
Patriot Lights Yammer.
You see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the red horse we rushed, were so gallantly speeding, and through the night, that our flag was still there. Say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Very nice rendition of the national anthem. What a way to kickstart things here tonight as we get set. Game one of the best of 5 between Hall and Conard. The Ward Chief Sports Council would like to thank our many fine sponsors, including those at the all-state level. They include Keating Insurance, Amato Plumbing and Heating, Reed and Reach BC Counselors at Law, ESPN, College Prep Express, Cricket Press, and the McConnell Family Law Group. Thanks to one and all for your continued patronage of the Ward Chief Sports Council. So, John, some final thoughts before we get things underway tonight? A couple of keys maybe to look for?
Well, for Conard, I think, we talked about passing a little earlier. I always like when we set Selly and get her going. And I think she likes it too.
Sure.
just to get some close balls in the net, just kind of fires her up. And I think it helps the rest of us go too.
A little snowball effect
A
there.
little snowball effect, hopefully, for those guys, yeah.
So just about set to get things underway. The officials are Willa Eckersley, no relation to Dennis, and Carl Zielinski. They also had the JV game that preceded our coverage here tonight. Final instructions for both teams, Kerry Roller and the Conard Chieftains, Jim Holtz and the Hall Warriors. Conard again 12 and 7th, currently ranked 16th in Class LL. Hall 11 and 8, currently 20th. So especially Conard a little bit on the fence in terms of getting that opening round home game, John.
I spoke to Coach Roller just a little while ago. The Chieftains need this win to get in.
And get that home,
Right.
get that home court advantage.
We were just talking about the conference tournament.
Oh, I was talking about the Class
Oh,
LL.
the double L. Okay.
They're in Double L. 27 teams have qualified, and right now they're 16th. So they could rise a couple of spots.
That would be great.
That really would be. Get that first one at home. So Hall putting things in play. Megan Alquist with the opening serve, and we're underway. Here's Yiggle with a big hit. And the point goes to Conard. And just like you called, John, getting her underway.
Yeah, she's generally been a middle hitter for us, but she's played a little bit of outside. Right there, that sharp angle hit is a very valuable weapon for hitters, and she's finally got the timing and the angle down. So she's got one more year too. That's the nice thing about it.
Absolutely. Kate DiGiacomo getting set to serve. Chieftains in front, 1-0. Hall trying to keep it alive. And the point goes to Conard, and they're up by the score of 2-0. Talking to Carrie Roller, 10 straight successful serves means an ice cream. 25 straight means a steak dinner.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to change that a little bit for my girls, you know. And the coach doesn't get any ice cream or dinner at all.
No trip to Ruth's Chris for 25 in a row for the coach.
So we're negotiating this coming season.
3-0 start for the Chieftains. And Carrie Roller talked about that great jump serve by DiGiacomo, and so far she's 2 for 2. And a net violation, and it's 4-0 Conard. DiGiacomo really earned her spot on this team, John, with some eye-opening practices, according to Carrie Roller. She's just a sophomore.
Well, she's a gym rat, you know. Her mom, Jeannie, has, coached her at Northwest, was a D1 player herself, University of Hartford, I believe.
It's funny how that works sometimes.
Yeah, it does. So, you grow up around it. And Dad certainly is an athletic guy himself. So, yeah, she earned her spot by playing extremely well. And she hasn't given it up. And I don't think she's going to.
Oh, sure. And why not? She's had 4 consecutive successful serves, and Conard has built their opening lead to 5-0. And some substitutions in the Hall lineup. It is senior night, and Hall has more seniors than Conard. So a nice gesture by Jim Holt to get them into the starting lineup.
Yeah, it's an important thing to do. The kids, that maybe don't play so much throughout the year, to recognize them in a big spot like this is really, really meaningful for them. I'm sure they won't forget it.
Conard keeps it alive, and the point goes to Hall. Good effort by the Chieftains to try to save that one, but Hall is on the scoreboard, and they're serving down 1-5. And to put it in play, Alexander Freed, the junior. Good deep serve, and that makes it 5-2. Freed is generally the opposite side hitter for Jackie McConnell, and that's the best part of the Hall attack when they're going well. It's a heavy, heavy serve, according to head coach Jim Holt. Chieftains keep it alive. Here's the set. And Emma Toom, the sophomore and the tallest player on the Hall Warriors, able to get the point.
Nice swing by Emma. Felly was there, just needed to penetrate over the plane of the net to try to block it back. Maybe next time.
Chieftains keep it alive, and Felly's shot goes into the net that time. So Conard's opening 5-0 lead has been trimmed to 1. It's 5-4, a game of early runs, John.
It is a game of runs. Bunches of points here and bunches of points there. This is a team that doesn't get bothered by that emotionally. And do pretty well going down the road. You can get in a little funk, obviously, if you go down like this a little bit.
Sure.
But you got to try to shake it off best you can.
Felly didn't have the good angle that time, and she hit it into the net. Good hit that time by Grace Hanlon of Hall. And the ball goes out of bounds.
So yeah, she tried to hit it back into the number 1 spot, pass the ball there. That's a pretty good strategy. And that forces your setter to play the ball first.
Okay.
And take her out of kind of the system of play that you normally like to play.
Okay.
Just a little wide.
Good save that time. Diving was Alexandra Freed. Good hit by McConnell, saved by the Chieftains. And a good point by Grace Hanlon, the senior. She played winner last time, and that great improvement has really shown, according to Jim Holt.
Yeah, we talk about, in every sport, you got to put your time in, and it pays dividends for sure.
Good hard serve that time by Grace Amato. And she has given Hall their first lead of the opening game at 7-6. The great vocal leader of this team is Amato, the senior captain. And unfortunately for her and the Warriors, that goes into the net. And that ties the game at 7 as now Feli Eagle gets set to serve for the Chieftains. Good running shot by Hanlon, fended off by Conard. Good save by the Warriors. To no avail. And Conard back in front by the count of 8-7.
Yeah, that was our freshman Avery up front. Middle, nice little down ball. She's done a nice job this year learning, without much experience at all, how to play up front.
She's a freshman taking the spot by Nicole Abrahamson's injury. Good save by the Chieftains. The set for McConnell. Feli saves it. Good save by Amato of Hall. Jackie McConnell thought that she had a kill. Good job by the Warriors to keep it alive, and they earned the points.
Yeah, long rally. Avery got her hands up there, but the small things that people don't realize is that not only do you have to get your hands up, but you have to angle them in such a way when the ball deflects off your hands that it goes where you want it to go.
Sure.
And that, that's a split-second thing. Takes a lot of focus.
Tied at 8. Opening game of this best of 5 here at Robinson Gym. And the point goes to the Chieftains off the deflection out of bounds, and Hall falls behind 9-8. Abigail Mayuri just saw her twin brother playing on the soccer field a couple of weeks ago. What an athletic family they are.
Yeah, they sure are. Abby's mom played for Conard a little while ago. Sorry about that, but it was a couple of years ago.
Sure.
And Abby's done a great job. Talk about spending time in the off season to make herself better. I would say she's one of the most improved, if not the most improved player we've had this year.
And Carrie calls her the top server on the team.
Yeah, she's really done a nice job.
And Hall back in front by the count of 10-9. And John Beignet, we have seen a seesaw battle here in game 1.
I'm getting the sense that this might be one of those matches.
Well, why not? We've had them the last 2 years. Good deception at the net, and that draws the applause of head coach Jim Holtz as his team gets the point in their first 2-point lead at 11-9. Jackie McConnell getting set to serve.
Nice serve.
And the point goes to Conard. Terrific serve by McConnell, but the answer by the Chieftains.
Yeah, the freshman again, putting one down in the corner. She is a competitor. She's a competitor.
Catherine Ding, the senior outside hitter, serving for Conard. Touch shot at the net that time. Nice block at the net by the Hall Warriors. And they're able to get the points. Sophia Pedro has been big at the net so far, John.
Yeah, really nice job. Those kinds of plays, too, are like getting a dunk or a big rebound in basketball. It just gives everyone a lot of energy.
It's one of the hardest hitters on the team, according to Jim Holt, is Sophia. Thought that might have been deflected at the net, but it was not. Goes out of bounds. The Warriors get the point, and they open up their biggest lead at 3. It's 13-10. Here's Pedro with her second serve. Very effective serve that time. Diving at attempts at a dig for the Chieftains goes awry. And it's 14-10 Hall. Third serve for Pedro. Megan Morehart tried to get that one over the net and could not. It's 15-10, and a timeout being asked for by Carrie Roller and the Conard team.
Yeah, we're the Chieftains. We talked about passing earlier. The receiving serve right now, they're struggling with a bit. We're gonna have to clean that up and just relax a little bit. Get your platform out on the ball and deflect it right where it needs to go. Hall's done a great job serving, however, as well. A lot of heavy balls, like you said.
Sure. 15-10 is the score. The War Chief Sports Council would like to invite you to the 5th annual Tailgate Fundraiser to support athletics at Conard and Hall High Schools. The event will be held November 11th at Town Hall from 6:30 to 10:30 and includes food, beverage, and a silent auction. The War Chief Sports Council honors a Coach of the Year from both Hall and Conard at the tailgate event. Please come to celebrate high school athletics in West Hartford, November 11th from 6:30 to 10:30 at night at Town Hall for a great cause and a great night to celebrate high school sports. All proceeds from the event go directly to support Hall and Conard athletics. For more information and to purchase your tickets, please visit their website at war-chief.net. That's war-chief.net. Pete Lamoureux, along with John Beignet, we're at Frank Robinson Gymnasium here on the Hall High School campus. I'd like to thank Brendan McCormick, Micah Barchet, and Owen Denton on the cameras today. Jen Evans back at the controls at our studios inside Town Hall. 15-10. Big ball by McConnell, answered by the Chieftains. And the setup for Morehart. And the point goes to Conard. So that's what you like to see, Coach. You come out of the timeout and you get the first point.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like any other sport with timeouts. It breaks the other team's momentum just a little bit. Your kids can relax and then come out and play hard.
Good strategy by Carrie Roller, veteran coach. 20 years at the helm, and her teams have made the state tournament 12 times. Great diving save by the Chieftains. Deflected. That was a great surprise strategy. Almost worked for the Hall Warriors.
Yeah.
Great play at the net by Alexander Freed again, and the junior has given Hall a 16-11 advantage.
Yeah, generally everyone knows it's pass, set, hit, and then when you feel like the defenders are really gearing up to block and they pull to the intended hitter, you just tip it over their heads, and it's a great little off-speed play.
It's like the pitcher tonight in Houston. McCullers throwing a changeup. Did you catch game 2 at all? I'm sure it's a little past both our bedtimes at the respective houses, but
sadly, no. I need my beauty sleep, as you know well know. So my sister keeps me filled in. She's a Dodgers.
She is.
Yeah. So you have to watch your language on the internet.
Great block at the net. Deep ball by the Warriors, answered by Conard. There's Morehart again. Great shot, and a point for the Conard Chieftains. Megan Morehart, the junior.
She's such a hard-working kid, and she gets it done. She's learned how to put the ball in spots that are good for her, and I'm really proud of the way she's played this year for us.
Good transition, John, huh? She switched from middle to outside. Good placement that time. And another point gets the Chieftains back to within 2. So they were down 15-10 at the timeout. Since Carey asked for time, a 4-1 mini run for Conard.
Yeah, it's a game of bunches like we talked about earlier. You know, we just got to sustain them and then, you know, be in the right side of those runs at the end.
Right. 16-15. It's a case of the old I got it, you take it, and then it lands on the line. It's bad luck for the home team.
Drives coaches crazy.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
It really does. Nice play off the net.
Really was. There's Felly. That's the first time she's really had a chance to assert herself in a long time, John.
Yeah, it is. Well, if you're not passing the ball well, you know, the center or the other team's serving because they're, you know, winning points.
Sure.
You know, your hitter doesn't always get the opportunities that as many of them as you'd like. Like I said, I'd love to see her get set very, very frequently.
Exactly. Jim Holtz and the Hall Warriors asking for time with the match tied at 16. The War Chief Sports Council would like to thank our many fine sponsors, including those at the captain's level, and they include Hartford Distributors, Franklin Fine Beers, Cork and Bottle, the Babe Ruth Organization, Coastal Tool and Rob Ludkin, and the Conard and Hall PTO. Thanks to one and all for your patronage of the War Chief Sports Council. And for more information on how do you get involved, go to their website at war-chief.net. Reminder, we'll be on the air next Wednesday, 6 o'clock, as Hall takes on Conard in field hockey. So field hockey next Wednesday, and then we'll be at Conard next Thursday, November 2nd, for unified soccer. First time we're doing that. It'll be a great privilege to be involved with those fine young athletes. 3 o'clock is kickoff inside the gym at Conard. Off the timeout. Good answer by Felly Yiggle at the net. Conard keeps it alive. They set up Yiggle. And no answer for the Hall Warriors. And Conard takes a 17-16 lead. First time they've led, Coach Beignet, since it was 8-7.
Yeah, it's been a little while. Felly put that one down pretty hard. Ooh, get down ball.
And into the net by Marissa Lazinsk, the junior setter. And Conard has an 18-16 advantage. Talk about the hard ball that Felly hits. Carrie said, boys or girls, she hits one of the hardest balls she's ever seen in her 2 decades.
I would not volunteer to stand in front of one of those balls ever.
No.
I'm not going to tell her that, but
Right.
ever.
I don't blame you. Not enough life insurance, huh?
No.
19-16 Conard. 9-1 run to take control here. Kate DiGiacomo. McConnell with the big hit. Good answer for Jackie McConnell, the senior. Credible 3-year player. She had a career-high 15 kills in the match against South Windsor. And outside of Hall Conard, that's the biggest matchup in the Holt household because it's husband against wife in that one.
Yeah. That's a great night for sure.
There's Felly. And the point makes it 20-17 for the Chieftains. Megan Moorhart, the junior, serving for Conard. And a good hit initiated by Grace Hanlon for Hall to win that point, John.
Yeah, really good, really tough spot for the Chieftains to try to make a play on that ball. Well played.
Talked about Jackie McConnell having 15 kills in one match. She had 8 in her own right with Grace Hanlon. Finesse tapper at the net, and it goes to Hall. There's that change of pace again.
Yeah, that little tip. She saw the blocker there, so she decided to tip it back to that tough corner.
Hall down a point, 2019. Amato with the serve. Cannot be saved, and we're tied at 20.
Yeah, Megan, great hustle. She just overran that ball a little bit.
Right.
Misplayed it. And now we're here. Game to 5.
Grace Amato, the senior captain, terrific vocal leader. Ding with a terrific shot, but saved by the Warriors. The setup for Felly, and she puts it away. And Conard up 21-20.
Her timing looks good tonight. She has a tendency sometimes to jump a little early, mistiming it, but she seems like she's spot on right now.
In good rhythm to start, and that's good news for the Conard Chieftains. Set up for McConnell. Great hit and a great put away by Jackie McConnell.
Nice ball. Talk about good timing. That was another nice strike as well.
And we're tied at 21. Grace Hanlon with the serve. Ding. Deflected at the net. Saved by Hall. McConnell's shot. Just out of bounds off the far sideline. And Conard takes a 22-21 lead. And back to Abigail Mayuri to serve. And the serve goes out, and we're tied at 22. A surprise can even happen to the best of them, John.
Yeah, it does.
And they're giving the point to Hall. What's the ruling here, Coach?
One of our players, I think it was Avery, came in contact with the net. And that's a heartbreaker, especially when the ball flew out.
Right.
So, point to Hall.
23-22. 2-point lead for Hall.
A timeout by Coach Roller. Trying to ice the server a
I
little bit.
was just going to say, a two-prong to end the momentum a little bit, but to ice the server more importantly.
Oh, absolutely.
23-22.
And it happens a lot more. I mean, it works. It's very effective, to be honest. You'll see. I'm not putting a hex on or a jinx on anybody right now.
Sure.
I've seen it work a lot.
Just like you did for 3 decades as a basketball coach when those foul shots, the one-on-ones are going down late in the game.
Try to make some kind of impact if you can.
Sure.
On the game. And this is a good long time to think about it.
Exactly. The good news for Hall in that perspective, it's a veteran player in McConnell.
Yeah.
And you figure the senior.
Missing serves, too, will drive a coach a little crazy, especially if you're a stronger server in situations like this, because you know they're distracted by something.
Right.
The score or.
Sure. The great crowd.
Right.
Here's Jackie McConnell again to serve. And there it was.
It was.
It works. 23-23.
Yeah, I got a feeling I'm going to have to cancel my dinner plans for the evening. We're going to go 5.
Our apologies to Mrs. Beignet. Oh, Mrs. Beignet out in Colorado.
She's in Denver, so my dog's waiting on me, though. So.
Oh, okay. 23-all. Another timeout being taken. And it gives us an opportunity as the War Chief Sports Council to thank our friends at the varsity level in terms of support, and they include a long list of players: Low Tide Photography, Dave Newman Photography, Cork and Bottle, Blue Plate, Fast Eddie, West Hartford Youth Basketball, West Hartford Boys Travel Basketball, Open Arm Christian Ministries, Final Cut Barbershop, Edward Connors Insurance, Stanley and Elaine Phillips, Beth Barry Brown of the William Ravis Agency, West Hartford Girls Lacrosse, and Hall's Market. Thanks to one and all for your patronage of the War Chief Sports Council. So here's Catherine Ding, the senior for Conard, out of the timeout, tied at 23 as she gets set to serve for the Chieftains. Great save by Amato. The setup is also saved. What a point this is. And it goes to Hall. Great effort on both sides.
Yeah, all kinds of great stuff happened right there, right then. crazy float serve by Catherine. Nice serve receive, and then just great touches by everybody.
So here's Pedro serving for the match. Actually, the game won. And Hall wins it. It's put away by Freed. She had a terrific first game. 25-23. Hall takes it.
Yeah, she put it right down the line. I couldn't tell if she hit through the block or around it, behind it, but she struck it very well.
So 25-23 in game one. The homestanding Warriors able to prevail. And they take a 1-0 lead as we play the best of 5 here. And again, if we're tied 2-2 at the end of 4, game 5 would only go up to 15, as we've seen each of the last 2 times that we've been able to broadcast. It's gone the distance both times, John, and no reason to think it probably won't do the same here tonight.
Initially, the first set was, pretty even. Each team had their, Conard had trouble returning serve, and on the other hand, they probably got some more hits at an important part in the game for them to get them back in.
Sure.
But did a nice job finishing it out. And of course, at the end, if those little errors, a service error or a passing error, or just a great dig and a play by someone on your team to keep the ball alive and then put it over, makes the difference, a big difference in these kinds of games right at the end. So good for Hall. That was a great gutty effort by them to win that set.
Yeah, it really was. And again, we had unofficially 7 lead changes in that opening set, and a Hall team that had to battle back from 5-0 down to start.
Yeah.
So it dug the early hole and able to come right back out of it.
It'll be a great stuff. We talked about this last year too in terms of preparation for tournament play, getting yourself in, against your rival.
Sure.
These emotional, tight score, seesaw kind of battles, can kind of harden you a little bit emotionally, which is a good thing going down the road.
Right. And again, both teams headed to the tournament. Conard at 12-7, Hall at 11-8 coming in. It'll be the 12th tournament appearance in 20 years at the helm for Kerry Roller. Jim Holt's team at Hall did not qualify his first year, but they have now the last 4 straight. This is his 5th year as the head coach. A reminder, we'll be on the air next Wednesday, 6 o'clock, field hockey, Conard against Hall. That's November 1st. And then our penultimate fall broadcast will be Unified Soccer. Be very interested to see that next Thursday afternoon. We'll be inside the Conard Gymnasium for that 3 o'clock kickoff, and that should be a lot of fun.
That's a great event. All the athletes and the coaches there just do a wonderful job playing, supporting each other. It's just I know a lot of other towns are involved in it, but our kids do a wonderful job working together.
Terrific.
Yeah, it's really wonderful to watch.
Carrie Massaro does a good job with the club, I heard, and be talking with her this weekend, getting prepped for that next Thursday.
Yeah, she does a great job. Kids work hard. They're well coached. They've had a fine season.
And then again, a reminder on November 18th, Saturday afternoon, McKee Stadium, the site. The always compelling battle between Hall and Conard on the football field. Not the best of years for Frank Robinson or Matt Sersasimo's teams, but, when that's all on the line, throw those records right out the window, right, Coach?
Same deal, yeah. The guys work hard, both teams, tough kids.
Yeah.
And some years you might be a little stronger defensively or offensively, and it hurts your team one way or the other.
Sure.
The weakness in one or the other. But both of those guys are top of the line, technically, just class guys, and I know they coach the guys the right way, so they'll be ready.
Yeah, year in and year out, they definitely do an outstanding job. Just moments before the beginning of set number 2. Conard serving. Down 1-0. Kate DiGiacomo getting set to put it in play for the Chieftains. Got that great jump serve, and here it is. And it was effective. Fell in between Amato and McConnell, kind of like the Bermuda Triangle,
Yeah,
the
it was a
volleyball
knuckleball.
court.
It was a floater.
Yeah.
Tim
Wakefield would have been proud of that one.
Yeah, those are murder to try to hit back. They can move all over the place.
Solid play at the net by the Warriors. And they've tied it at 1. Emma Toom has been terrific up front for the Hall team.
She's a big body, and she knows where to put it there. She's quite a wall there.
Served by Lazinsk. Morehart answered by Amato. Here's McConnell. Hits the net, saved by the Chieftains. Here's Felly. Just what they needed, and it's 2-1.
2-1. Nice set by Kate. Good start by Catherine Ding to keep it alive.
Well, I'd love to measure the velocity on one of those kills by Felly.
Yeah.
It's probably up there in the Araldus Chapman territory, I would think. Heavy ball by McConnell is answered by Conard. Long rally here.
Nice pass.
Good sliding attempt by Amato to no avail. And
Yeah,
Conard
nice
up
effort.
3-1.
Nice spot by Ali Bouyak. That little diagonal touch. Down ball. Good for her. You know, in terms of getting the ball hit at you, and the baseball catcher, I mean, we're less than half that distance.
Oh, yeah.
So that makes a difference as well.
Oh, absolutely. And the point to Hall. I saw the official, Willa Eckersley, hold her palm
she called
up in
a
the air.
lift.
Okay.
I didn't see
Do you
it.
agree with that call, John?
I didn't see it. Coach Roller, I don't know if she can voice her displeasure now and again, but I didn't see that, so it must have been.
Felly took out her frustration on that one.
It's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
I'd like her to be frustrated a lot more frequently.
4-2 Conard. And here's Felly to serve. Hits the top of the net. Point to the Warriors. And it's 4-3. As Grace Amato, one of the senior captains for Hall, getting set to put it into play. Theriot got a piece of it, but to no avail. And it's 4-3.
Yeah, I don't think there was a touch.
Oh, now they're awarding the point to Conard.
Yeah, I didn't think anyone touched that ball. She hit it on an angle. She kind of cut it like a fastball when she hit it. And it kind of scooted right by our blocker. So the ref did the right thing. She asked the line judges, and they didn't see a tip. So ball to Conard.
Carl Zielinski making that call at the net. Good deep hit by McConnell that time. Here's Ding with a shot. Just a little too strong.
Yeah, just floated out a little bit.
Point to Hall. And they're serving down 5-4 as Grace Hanlon will do the honors for Jim Holt and company. Set up for Ding. Great authority at the net by Pedro, the junior, that time.
Yep. She put it right down. I don't know, went through the block again through her hands or just mistimed the jump. She really crushed that one.
Talk about how important angles are, John. She really mastered the angle on that one.
Yep, she sure did.
So here's Hanlon for her second serve. Great placement. Diving attempt by Mayuri to no avail.
Tennis, they say too good, right? Sometimes.
You're right.
That's what that was.
Yeah.
That ball was right on the 10-foot line, on the sideline.
6-5. Third serve for Hanlon. And that one goes into the net. John, is it like tennis where if you have a bad toss as a server that you're able to catch it and do it again? Can you do
That
that?
is the #1 nemesis at the freshman girls level.
Is it
A
really?
bad toss, yes.
Okay.
It takes a while to put it right up there in front of your hitting shoulder and then to allow you to get a good swing on the ball. To answer your question, yes, very much like tennis.
Theriault, good answer by the Warriors. Point goes to Conard. So they break the tie, and the Chieftains up 7-6 as Catherine Ding, solid all-around player for Carrie Roller, puts it in play.
Yeah, she sure is.
Hall hit the net, I believe, that time.
Yeah, Avery. As she went to block it, she kind of fouled through over the net a little bit too much. Caught a piece of the net.
So here's Jackie McConnell. Ding with the dig. Great placement by the Warriors, and they get the points.
A nice job of pushing that ball right into the center of our defense. And that little gap that's always there. Great touch.
So Jackie McConnell serving at 8-7. Good play at the net that time by Marissa Lazinsk.
Yeah, an uncommon error by Kate just to mispass it directly to the front line of Conard.
Yeah.
I mean, Hall rather, and they put it away. You don't see that too often by Kate.
Good serve by McConnell, answered by the Chieftains. Great block at the net. Combination of DiGiacomo and Theriault that time.
Yeah, did a nice job. Right spot, hands at the right angle.
So it's Hall 9, Conard 8. Point to the Warriors. Up 10-8. Boy, both these opening sets, John, very competitive, very tight, long rallies, good playing on both sides.
Yeah. And it's kind of, the energy seems to kind of faded for me a little bit for both sides right now. I don't know if I'm feeling a lack of energy, but definitely a swing in momentum every 4 or 5 points.
Oh, swing and a miss by Felly, and a point for Hall.
Yeah, there was that eagerness of hers every once in a while. Just takes off a little too early.
Yeah.
Because she wants to crush it. It's kind of like when I try to drive the ball in golf. A little too eager.
Serve goes a little long, and that point stems the tide a little bit and makes it an 11-9 advantage for Hall. As DiGiacomo getting set to serve for Conard. Tough judgment call.
Yeah. Coach Roller wanted a double hit on that, and the ref didn't agree. It was a great. She put the hit was outstanding.
So here's Lazinsk, junior setter. Set up for Felly, and she hit down, unfortunately.
A little overcompensation on that one since the last one. She went up early, and then she just kind of came down a little too quick early. She'll get back on track.
She will. 13-9 the score. Hall in front. Carrie Roller asking for and receiving her first time out of set number 2. Well, coming up, a week before, we talked about the football game on November 18th. Well, a week before that, on November 11th, the War Chief Sports Council would like to invite you to the 5th annual tailgate fundraiser to support athletics at Conard and Hall High Schools. Now, the event will be held November 11th at Town Hall, 6:30 p.m. to 10:30. It includes food, beverage, and a silent auction. The War Chief Sports Council honors a Coach of the Year from both Hall and Conard at the event. Please come to celebrate high school athletics in West Hartford. Again, it's November 11th from 6:30 to 10:30 at Town Hall for a great cause and a great night to celebrate high school sports. All proceeds from the event go directly to support Hall and Conard athletics. For more information and to purchase your tickets, please visit www.war-chief.net. That's war-chief.net. Hall serving. 13-9, they have the advantage after the timeout, and it's Marissa Lazinsk. Nice save by Ding. Felly is denied. Great net play by Hall, and it's 14-9.
Great block, anticipated the angle hit, and Felly crushed it, but directly into that block, and she put it right back at us. Great block.
14-9. 5-point advantage. Another rejection. Amato standing tall at the net. 15-9. A fourth serve for Lazinsk. And served into the net. Another one of those bad tosses that we just talked about.
It is a bad toss, and in the moment, we try to teach our kids, if you have one redo or a reserve.
Okay.
So if you let it drop, the ref will put both thumbs, and that's a redo or just a do-over serve. Some kids are good at altering their swing to hit a bad toss. Others need that extra redo. You get one per serving turn.
Okay.
So, sometimes it's a good idea to use it.
Out of bounds, point to Hall. And they've opened up their largest lead, not only the set, I believe, of the entire match. Unofficially, they have a half-dozen-point advantage here at 16-10 as Allie Freed serves for the Warriors. Ding with the shot. And into the net. Point to Conard.
Conard needed that point. It looked like they were a little bit down, a little bit stunned in that run Hall just had. A couple errors by them, Conard that is. And maybe they can turn it around with their serve here.
Good off balance. Oh, a swing and a miss by Buyak that time. I think she took her eye off the ball that time, John.
She did, yeah. A little bit of a hurry. Sometimes when I was just going to say the Hall girls in the front row have done a great job of timing and blocking balls, and that kind of wears at you. It creeps into the back of your mind when you're going up to hit it. You take your eyes off the block and you think it's there, and it might make you swing a little differently. Should I hit angle? Should I hit down the line? And just that small break in concentration can hurt you. Or you just keep doing the same hit over and over, and it gets read by the defenders, and there you go.
Telegraph jobs.
Right.
17-12. Myuri, a good deep serve, answered by the Warriors. Nice shot by Hall. And they lead 18-12. Grace Hanlon serving for the Warriors.
Nice job by Kate Giacomo to keep that ball alive at the net.
And good defense at the net again by Conard here, John.
Yeah, it was a nice job. They could fight back a little bit, side out, see what they can do with their serve.
Avery Theriault, as a freshman, can really be an intimidating force defensively
She
at the
really has
net.
done a great job doing that. You're right. And that's been a big part of their run in stifling Conard's attack.
Here's Catherine Ding. Conard down 5. Big hit at the net, and it's good for a Hall point. That was screened out. Was that Pedro at the net that time, I believe?
You know, I think it was. I was screened as well. Regardless, it was struck well. Our blocks were a little late.
And here's Jackie McConnell. Hall up 19-13. Danger spot for Conard here. And served into the net, unfortunately for Hall, but a break for the Chieftains. Theriault, the freshman, gets a breather. Sasha Winograd, the senior. And Freed put it into no man's land that time.
Great decision to push that ball over the block that time and right into that soft middle of that defense.
6-point lead. Hall matches their biggest lead of the match. And here's Pedro. Felly with a big shot. It was tipped and a point for the Chieftains.
Nice dig and a great set by Kate. And then finished off well. Conard trying to hang in here, going down the stretch.
So here's DiGiacomo. Conard down 5. You can sense that they need a little mini run here to get back in it. Good block at the net, but the point goes to Hall, goes out of bounds. Marissa Lazinsk with Hall serving up 21-15. There's Felly.
Yep, nice swing. That time the block, the angle of the hands was just a little off and it slid off their hands and just over the net.
21-16. Conard to within 5. Morehart serve. The set for Ding. Good ball by Catherine Ding. Good effort by Amato to try to come up with it, but to no avail. 21-17. Megan Morehart with an ankle injury against Southington to slow her down a little bit, but she's battled back.
Yeah, she's a tough kid. She's a grinder. She's rehabbing and taping. And Catherine Ding just most recently twisted her ankle too. She's tender as well. So, you know, they're out here. They're playing. They're giving it their all.
God bless
Give
them.
them a lot of credit for it.
3 straight points for Conard, and they're within 3, 21-18. Big ball by McConnell. That's a clutch senior play right there. A clutch senior play right there.
That was. A little bit of confusion on who should have played that ball right there.
22-18 Hall. 3 points away from a 2-0 set lead. The set for Felly. Good effort at the net by Emma Toom, but to no avail.
Yeah, the old block and cover. Emma blocked it, and the girls on either side of her were there to try to pick up any garbage if it leaked out of the block, but they were just a little too far away for them to get.
Felly serving, down 3. Another point to Conard. Just as we expected, here come the Chieftains, down 2 at 22-20. Felly continues to serve. You can play that off the stanchion. The setup for Theriault. Good composure by Ding that time. Good save by Amato. Big point for Hall,
Yeah,
23-20.
nice. It's got a tip. Sometimes when you touch the ball at the net, it just kind of makes the ball go askew. It changes its direction a bit and makes it difficult for the people behind you.
Sure.
And that's what happened. Our block we didn't quite get all of it, but it was a good hit by Hall for sure.
So here's Grace Amato serving at 23-20. And the Warriors now a point away from taking a 2-0 lead in sets.
She's got a nice topspin serve. That thing just dies. It curves right down into that little opening in the area. So you're sitting and you're seeing it coming at you, and it's tumbling, and then all of a sudden you realize it's curving downward, and it's, you're making just a lunge to play the ball at the very last second. It's a real tough ball to hit.
Sure. So timeout taken by Conard. Got an icing situation. 24-20. After the timeout, Hall will be serving for their second consecutive set victory. The War Chief Sports Council would like to thank our many fine sponsors, including those at the all-state level: Heating Insurance, MACA Plumbing and Heating, Reed and Reach PC Counselors at Law, ESPN, the Entertainment and Sports Programming Network, College Prep Express, Cricket Press, and the McConnell Family Law Group. Thanks to one and all for your continued sponsorship of the War Chief Sports Council. So after the timeout, here's Amato of Hall serving for the game. Just cleared the net. Both teams just keeping it alive. Felly with the dig. And Conard staves off one of the set points.
Yeah, I don't know Amato's serve, whether she was trying to hit it short. It was dying over the net, and Conard had to scramble just to get it back in play.
What a point.
Yeah, it was pretty intense.
So there's Abby Mayuri. And that gives the second set to Hall. 25-21 after they won the opener 25-23. Two hard-fought sets, John Beignet, both going to the home team.
Yeah, Hall's done a nice job. I think they, overall, I'd have to, look at stats and what have you, but they've done a really nice job defending at the net, covering blockers for the most part, maybe sending a little bit of a message, to the Chieftains about, where and when and who's going to hit. And Conard struggled a little bit passing from time to time. Hall's really done a nice job.
What do you think Carrie's telling the kids right now? Just a case of take it 1 point at a time, one game at a time, one set at a time, or does she have anything really specific that she's telling her team in the
I
hall?
was watching, as assistants like me do, you watch, faces and trends in the game and who might be playing and who might need a break and what have you.
Body language.
Body language for sure, and that's my point. I didn't like our body language at a point in that set, rather.
Yeah.
So I think they just need to flush that out of their psyche, start anew.
Sure.
That's easier said than done sometimes.
Exactly.
But I'm sure she's going to mention that to them. And then be aggressive offensively. Get our hitters the ball and make a good pass to start off and, just play some volleyball.
And maybe try to get Felly involved a little more, I think, in the offensive attack.
Exactly.
She's been a good presence defensively, but maybe try to set her up for that Nolan Ryan fastball-like kill that she has.
Yeah, they're like three-point shooters. They like to be in a groove and have their rhythm.
Great point.
And sometimes it's, if you do it once and then you got to wait 7 or 8 minutes, or passes,
Get out of your rhythm.
Yeah, get out of your rhythm.
Sure. The War Chief Sports Council would like to invite you to the 5th annual tailgate fundraiser to support athletics at both Conard and Hall High Schools. The event will be held November 11th at Town Hall from 6:30 to 10:30. Includes food, beverage, and a silent auction. The War Chief Sports Council honors a Coach of the Year from both Hall and Conard at the tailgate event. Please come to celebrate high school athletics in West Hartford. Again, Saturday night, November 11th from 6:30 to 10:30 at Town Hall for a great cause and a great night to celebrate high school sports. All proceeds from the event go directly to support Hall and Conard athletics equally. For more information and to purchase your tickets, please visit their website at www.war-chief.net. That's war-chief.net. Outstanding event. I had the privilege of being there the last couple of years, and have to send a shout out to whoever did the chicken wings last year. You can't have enough of them if the glutton Pete Lamoureux is in the house.
No, you cannot.
So again, if you joined us late, Hall up 2-0 over Conard, winning 25-23 in the opener, 25-21 in set number 2.
It'll be interesting for me to see. I mean, Hall talk about body language. They appeared to be pretty loose all night. And maybe that's just how they are, but certainly the way they played could give you more confidence to be loose. And I'm going to watch the Chieftains right now and how, or whether we fly around the gym, playing balls and digging them out and being aggressive.
Sure.
What you got to do to get back in a match at this point.
All effort all the time. So starting set number 3, the junior setter, Marissa Lazinsk, getting set to serve for the Warriors. Here's Freed. Shot goes long. And Conard gets point number 1 of set number 3. And Kate DiGiacomo, the sophomore, will use that jump serve. Good placement by Toom that time.
Yeah, she didn't have that's about all she could have done, really. The ball was kind of set out of her reach a bit. So she lunged for it with her hand and did a great job of tipping in that back corner. That's a deadly spot back there.
With just one hand.
Yeah, really nice job.
Felly's shot into the net. 2-1 Hall. And there's Allie Freed. Good save off the net by the Chieftains. And the shot goes long.
Just long.
Didn't miss by much.
Nope. Kind of just got to keep at it. Just trying to be aggressive. You got to get your timing back and keep swinging away at it.
3-1 Hall. Good job by Felly to keep it alive. And a point to the Warriors. And this is not the start that Conard wanted. They're down 2 sets, John. You want to come out and take the 3rd set by storm, and they're down 4-1.
Yeah, 4-1. Nice start by Hall for sure. It's just riding the wave right now.
Jackie McConnell with a great dig at the net. Felly. Oh, Freed with the save.
Yep.
There's Felly asserting herself.
Yeah, it was a great hit. More of an angle that time, kind of out of the reach of the blocker, which we try to talk middle hitters about a lot. Sometimes when you hit dead on, you have a blocker waiting there in front of you. Try to aim for a corner. She did a nice job of doing that.
Megan Morehart, the serve for Conard. And Felly's shot goes into the net. But see, she just was bothered a little bit by Toom, who was charging towards the net defensively that time, and it just got Felly off her game just a little bit.
Yeah, at the timing, she looked a little early to me. But yeah, when people are playing, really aggressively at the net and blocking your stuff, it definitely makes you think of that.
Oh, sure.
Like if I was going to dunk on you and you blocked it a couple times, the third time I might be thinking about it.
Oh, that's true.
Not that I would ever dunk on you.
And I was just going to say, if I ever blocked anybody, especially you, that would be a story and a half. Good D on both sides. And McConnell with the shot. Conard keeps it alive. And the shot by Hanlon off the set from Amato goes into the net.
Good intention, just not executed the right way. I think she got lost a little bit where she was. It's the right idea, though.
Sure. Court placement's important to always be aware of, and not always easy. Here's Felly. And that was started by the freshman that time, and Avery Theriault leading to a Conard point. And we're tied at 5. Serve goes long, point to Hall, and they regain the slim advantage at 6-5. The senior Grace Hanlon to serve. Power at the net by Pedro.
That was a heavy ball.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of piece of that, and then it got a piece of someone in the back row.
Yeah.
Itself.
Nobody's going to stop that one
No,
for
that
sure.
was a tough one.
Hall up 7-5. Grace Hanlon to serve. There's Theriault again. Stopped by Amato.
Great play off the net.
That was. Great concentration right there. Great play by Theriault with the block at the net. And it's 7-6. The freshman making an impact, John, in her first call Conard match.
Yeah, she's had some time playing at the varsity level, and when she's been in there, she's done a nice job. Like I said, I think she's learned a lot this year, obviously. And with Kate's unfortunate accident, she's got to step it up. Kind of hate that cliche, but, she's the next big kid we have, and she's been doing a nice job.
Tied at 7. Good low serve that time.
Yeah, Fallon kind of mishit that ball. Looking at her face, it kind of died short. A little change up, unintended.
She'll take it though, right?
Yeah, she'll definitely take it.
8-7. There's McConnell. Diving effort by Felly to no avail.
Good strike. Good strike. Tough spot too. That back corner is headed that way at least.
Heavy ball and good placement.
Yeah.
Dangerous combination. And McConnell awarded with the serve.
That's that same placement on this side of the court that time. The number 1 area where the serving spot is.
So Conard has rebounded nicely.
Yeah, they have.
They're down 4-1 to start. They're on an 8-4 run. Conard up 9-8. Catherine Ding with the serve. 2-point advantage for Conard.
Catherine is a server. She's got this float serve that just drives people nuts.
Oh,
The knuckleball, of course, and
sure.
it's just tough to hit.
Allie Freed, saved by Ding. Out of bounds, point to Hall.
Allie's been a very consistent player in hitting the ball tonight. She's really done a nice job.
She really has. Served well as well.
Yep, started off serving well and continued to serve well. She's done a nice job.
Here's Pedro. Good effort for Hall to keep that one alive. Great defense by the home team has tied this set at 10.
Yeah, a couple, 2 or 3 reaction touches on the ball. It gives everyone a little spark of emotion, and then to win the points, really nice.
Nice crowd in here tonight.
Yeah, there's a good crowd.
Good placement by the Chieftains as they regain the lead.
Yeah, nice job by Kay. A little down ball right into that middle part of the zone, the defense rather, and came up a point for Conard.
Here's Sasha to serve. Point goes to Hall. And they've tied at 11. Wanted to talk just briefly about Sasha again. Carrie Roller said she's been so instrumental in helping the young kids that she really has been a good veteran leader.
She has. She's got a great way about her. She's very gregarious, and you know, some of the kids, they don't want to admit it, but they need help. You know,
Sure.
and sometimes that's just a little confidence. Like, listen, you're a varsity player now. You know, play like a varsity player.
Step
You're
up.
fine.
Sure.
Yeah. So she's done a nice job for us.
Point to Hall. And they take a 12-11 lead. Marissa Lazinsk, called by her coach Jim Holt, one of the hardest workers on his squad. Point to Hall. Did she hit the net that time? Is that the call?
Oh, I think that was wrong. I think Hall. I think they missed that one. Yeah, they're calling a replay. I thought I saw the Hall. Someone from the Hall side of net whack it. And I think
Okay.
the net vibrated. It might have gone over to our side, so they're going to replay it.
The officials, Willa Eckersley, Carl Zielinski, conferring. And Lazinsk to serve again. One-handed shot by Felly. That's a big break for Hall that time.
Yeah, big break. Too bad. Nice job. Number 24, Fallon Moores in the game. Dug a tough ball to start it off for Conard. Just a tough outcome for Conard. Nice play by Hall.
They didn't change the scoreboard.
There's one of those change-ups again.
Yeah. Megan was caught off guard that time. 14-11. Julia Yanosi back into the game, replacing Megan Morehart in the Conard lineup.
A little early on that takeoff.
Yeah.
Just a hair.
15-11. I got it, you take it, and it falls into no man's land. Another point for Hall. And they lead by 5, 16-11.
Yeah, I think Coach Holt called that serve to that spot, as many coaches do. the opposing court is chunked up into 6 different areas, and the coach will, behind the binder, stick up 1 through 6 fingers, and that's where they want their server to put the ball.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so if you ever see a coach up with a clipboard or a binder of some sort and one hand's behind it, they are signaling to their server where they want the ball to go. If someone's struggling with a pass or what have you, you see a weak link, that's where you want the ball served.
And the Red Sox don't have anybody to intercept the signals up in the stands?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
18-11. Hall has a 7-point lead, and Kerry Roller off the bench asking for and receiving a timeout. So this is in a danger spot for the Chieftains for sure. The War Chief Sports Council would like to thank our many fine sponsors, including Allied Printing, who is the lone all-conference supporter. Also those at the captain's level include Hartford Distributors, Franklin Fine Beers, Cork and Bottle, the Babe Ruth Organization, Coastal Tool and Rob Ludgen, and the Conard and Hall PTO. If you'd like to get involved with this very worthy cause, patronage of the War Chief Sports Council, go to their website, war-chief.net. Pete Lamoureux, John Beignet, and our fine crew, Brendan McCormick, Micah Marche, Owen Denton, Jen Evans back in the studios. Coach, crisis time for the Conard Chieftains.
Well, it could be. It could be. You know, they don't get a side out here. 19-11 is a lot tougher than 18-12 with the serve for Conard. So
Sure.
yeah, it's definitely a big point right now, emotionally, and just in the match itself.
It's Lizensk. Good dig there by Ding. And a big point for the Chieftains.
Yeah, big point, big point.
Seems like every time Kerry calls a timeout, her team responds with at least 1 point right out of the timeout. Another point to the Chieftains.
Yep, good spot.
18-13. Giacomo. Into the net. 19-13.
Yep. Tough miss, uncharacteristic for Kate. And now we got to buckle down, play some defense. If you're on the Conard side, we just want to put an aggressive serve in here. She's done it all night. Took a little bit something off that just to get it in play. Smart.
Another point for the Chieftains. 3 out of the last 4 for Conard as they try to climb back into this third set.
Yep. Nice touch on the block, just didn't get enough of it to push it back to Conard.
Julia Yanosi. Point to Conard. 19-14. Talked about the serving incentive plan that Kerry Roller has. Julia Yanosi serving now. Served 23 in a row against Manchester.
That's a lot of ice cream.
Yeah. Goes long. Point to Hall. 20-15.
Chieftains are going to need a side out really soon and make a run here.
Grace Amato. Big net presence again for Conard when they needed it most, and it's 2016.
Good swing, good swing. You want your kids to be in that kind of situation where they really want to get after the ball and hit it.
Mm-hmm.
Good job by Fowler.
Hit a great serve, but a terrific dig by the Warriors. Point to Conard. That was deflected by Amato.
Yeah, I think she got that over again. She would have let it go. It might have been sailing wide, or long rather.
It's a real split-second decision, isn't it?
It's tough, yeah, it's really tough.
Felly's serve is short. Point to Hall, 21-17 advantage.
That's where the mental part of the game really comes in if you're serving. A lot of times kids have their ace serve like in tennis, like their tough serve, and you want to go with your second serve a lot of times just to get the ball in play.
Sure.
In volleyball as well.
Yeah, unlike tennis, no second chances.
No second chances.
McConnell. That's a big point right there, and that's Sophia Pedro. 22-17. Hall's within 3.
Yeah, they've been steady all night. Their offense has worked pretty efficiently this evening.
They lead by 5. They're within 3 points of the match. Grace Hanlon serving. Point to Conard. That's one of those lifts again, I believe.
It was a lift. I don't know.
Tough call.
It's just, you know, fractions of a second in your hand a little too long, or your palm is up and you didn't quite have the right angle to tip it over. I don't know. It wasn't awful, but.
22-18. Good placement by the Warriors. They're 2 points away.
Good effort by Fallon to try to get to that ball.
Jackie McConnell.
Nice deep serve by Jackie.
Pedro with the point. Match point.
Nice deep hit. It was a tough spot. That would have been a tough one to get back.
The Hall contingent comes to their feet. They can sense the victory. And it goes into the net. One thing about Jackie, win or lose, she's always smiling.
Good for her.
Yeah.
She's kicking herself right now. She's shaking her head.
As a senior in her final match, she wanted to end it on her serve.
She probably peeked up at the scoreboard, you know, just one too many times.
Exactly. 24-19. Catherine Ding. Both teams. Great digs.
Yep. They're trying to place the ball in dangerous spots where they've been scrapping them down, like that one there. Again, it's like the third one. They've really covered it well.
There it is. The Hall Warriors have won it. It's a 3-set sweep. 25-19 in the third and final set. They win it 25-23, 25-21, 25-19. And fitting, John Beignet, that both teams end the regular season 12 up, 8 down, having split the 2 matches and each winning in 3-game sweeps on their own court.
Yeah, I agree. They're very, very similar teams. You know, I think they're very, very equal to one another. I think just tonight the Hall just passed the ball a little bit better. They're a little bit tougher at the net defensively. They hit the ball a little bit more efficiently overall. You know, they did a nice job tonight.
I've enjoyed it, sir, as always.
My pleasure. It was a great match. Great match.
Always fun to do. John Beignet helping us tonight with the great color commentary. See you for basketball, by the way.
Can't wait.
Yeah, looking forward to that. So we're going to step aside and talk to Jim Holtz and hopefully as well Jackie McConnell as we come up with our postgame. Again, the final score, Hall 3, Conard no score. We'll come back with the postgame interviews right after this.
Some of these girls. I had a couple of these guys that are they're 8th graders.
Really?
Yeah. The senior caps.
Nice. Time flies, huh?
Yeah, sure does. Excuse me for 1 second. Thank you so much. It was awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Too bad we were a little bit more stubborn tonight.
Oh, I know. At least steal one game or set. Coach, we'll start with you. Congratulations. What a great team effort.
Thank you. It was a total team effort. What an improvement.
3 very close sets. What do you think was the difference for your squad tonight?
I think that tonight we really picked up our passing, and tonight we had a team low, as overall as a team, low hitting average. We really put the ball in play, and our passing really made a difference.
You can start breaking.
Assess your team as you get ready for the Class Double All-State Tournament.
We're going to definitely keep improving and use this as a big momentum boost. This is a good team that we played a few weeks ago, and the outcome was a lot different tonight. So it was definitely a big boost for us, and we're just going to build on that momentum.
4 straight tournament appearances. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, 4 in a row. Yeah, thank you.
Terrific. Thanks and congratulations again.
Yeah, it was a great team effort.
Jim Holt, the head coach. Jackie McConnell playing in your final Hall-Conard matchup.
Yes.
Tell me about your emotions right now.
Oh, I'm about to cry. This win means so much to us, and we've been improving the whole season. And the Hall-Conard game is always a great game, and they played well. But, you know, it was just an amazing feeling.
When I was doing the prep work for the match, your coach couldn't have said enough nice things about you, and what a great senior season that you've had. What would you like to say about him?
He's the absolute best. I've never had a better coach. He just always motivates us, you know, always knows what to say, and, you know, it got us here. So thank you, Coach.
And I also have to say, I look up at the stands, and I see Mr. and Mrs. McConnell up there. They root a tremendous game. Of course, Paul McConnell with the War Chief Sports Council, who makes these broadcasts possible. Tell the camera about them.
They're the best. My brother right over there, he's always cheering me on. The family is great. All the families here always cheering us. They're like hands up in the crowd. Best fans we could have.
Well, congratulations on the win. Good luck in the tournament.
Thank you.
And wherever you go to college, have a good time the next 4 years.
Thank you so much. Go Hall.
Jackie McConnell joining us. Hall winning tonight by the count of 3-0, and they're able to end the regular season at 12-8, same record as Conard, and fitting that both teams won in 3-0 sweeps on their home court this year. We're getting set for more broadcasts next week. Please be sure to join us on Wednesday, November 1st. We'll have field hockey, Conard against Hall, 6 o'clock start that day, and then we'll have unified soccer on November 2nd. That's a Thursday, 3 o'clock, emanating from the Conard Gymnasium. Thanks to all involved with the broadcast tonight. Again, the final score, Hall 3, Conard no score. For everybody involved, Pete Lamoureux, thanks for watching. Enjoy your weekend, everybody, and good night from Robinson Gymnasium.
On how we met, so the world would never forget, and the sin